The overall design, I think it looks pretty cool, but let's take a close look at all the connections. At the front we're going to have two USB connections just to the door, nothing fancy, and they are positioned in an okay position, and of course the on and off switch over there. Next up we're having a lot of different connections at the back. For example, a lot of USB ports and two HDMI. So everything has been put to the back, including the microphone and the headphone, the RJ45 and 4 USB 3.0 ports, and that is more than enough so far for most users. Two HDMI connections, no DisplayPort, Type-C, and of course the input for the power supply. At the front we will find this beautiful RGB LED. Unfortunate, there is no way of adjusting this, or there is no software so far I know that you can have like something of a Razer Chroma going on. So that is also basic and nothing can be changed out. The device itself comes with the Intel Core i9-12900H, an Alder Lake having a max TDP of 45 watts. The manufacturer is JHZD. Nevertheless, we're having a bus specification of PCI Express 4.0. That brings us to the memory. DDR4, in total 16 GB has been implemented. DDR4 3200 running on 1600 MHz and having two of the same kind of memory sticks. Let's take a close look at the graphic card. This is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX3050 Ti and laptop GPU. So this thing has a TDP of 60 watts, 4 GB of memory, GDDR6. That's actually what we're getting when it comes to the specifications. So when it comes to indie games and two-dimensional games, one of my favorite ones, it's completely, let's say, an overkill, this specification list of the mini PC. And the games will run perfectly on high settings whatsoever. With indie games we do have quite difficult ones to run when it comes to say low-end PCs, but this i9 combination with an RTX card in it has no problem whatsoever running this on the highest graphics and full HD. Next up, a three-dimensional game, but an older game, Saints Row 4. I've been testing this game out on mini PCs and I can tell you, you will be surprised how some of them will struggle. But a combination of this fast i9 1200 series in combination with the RTX, we finally can play this game on full HD and everything set to ultra, every setting absolutely maxed out. This system is managing to run it actually, and it's quite surprising to be honest, because I have been trying this forever now. With the three-dimensional games, let's start off with one of my favorite games, Crash Bandicoot, the trilogy. And with this particular game, we can play it on 1080p, everything setting to ultra, no problem whatsoever. But let's move on to some other games like Street Fighter 6. I just put it on full HD, every single setting to high, and to my surprise it seems to be working quite well. In combination with this 2 CPU and GPU combination, we can just play the latest fighting games like Street Fighter 6 and beautiful graphics, no problem whatsoever. Another game that works perfectly on this is the God of War series, but take consideration that I needed to put it on original values when it comes to the settings. So in other words, just to say normal settings, if you're going to be upscaling it, you're going to have not a great overall experience when it comes to the game.
Everything is different, boy. Try not to dwell on it.
Yes, sir.
More tracks?
Yeah, but they're too round. Could be a wild boar.
For Horizon, we're getting a high and medium mix and still having an amazing 60 FPS going on. One of my favorite racing games to play. It seems to be running just fine on this mini PC.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
But opening it up is quite easy. You need to remove 2 screws at the back and we can just lift up this plastic case. Already mentioned in the beginning, it's a lot of plastic fantastic and I find a little bit of a bummer. So we do have the bracket over here and they're already implementing the screws and everything else in the package. So you just need to assemble your basically a 2.5 inch drive, can be an SSD or a hard drive. So this is actually the beast. This is what we're going to get in the inside. And yeah, it's nothing special to be honest, but what I did like about this machine, and you already can see that we do have the option for an extra NVMe, and that is pretty damn cool. So we have the option to add another one, so we're going to get double the storage capacity. The one I'm having over here is not a huge one. I think it's 256 gigabyte. I only want to have Windows. Yeah, maybe in the future we'll upgrade it to 2 terabyte or 1 terabyte to have like maximum storage capacity. Okay, so you have the slot for dual channel memory. I choose for just 16 gigabyte. And yeah, I think you have a couple of options out there. I think all the way up to 64 or maybe 128. It's absolutely crazy. But I didn't know what kind of brand and what kind of speed we're getting. So I just wanted to see actually like what are we going to get. And maybe later on replace it with different. Because we're having this UE Tri-Tiger. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's DDR4. So unfortunately there's no DDR5 in here. It's quite disappointing, not a big of a deal in my opinion, but it's big. Nah, I wish we have DDR5 at least. I don't know if there are group brands they're selling over there, but this is an 8GB DDR4, 3200. Yeah, this is the one that we're going to get, but maybe in the future we'll replace it with more. I think 32GB. Let's take a close look at this other device, because I'm really curious how it all has been assembled. Alright, there we go. So what I do like, it comes complete with a nice cooling element, but the downside to this is I cannot really tell what it is actually. So that's unfortunate. I should look it up. Maybe get myself one of these things too on my other PC. And underneath, as a weird position, they implemented over here. Wait, there's my screw. They implemented here the Wi-Fi module. And they will give us an Intel module over here, so that is absolutely great. Oh, but there is a lot of numbering over here, but not some clear information that I can say 1, 2, 3 what it actually is. Everything seems to be looking clean and brand new, and oh man, there was a little bit of part here that is very sharp. But beside that, we're looking at the mainboard itself. It's just a mainboard inside of a freaking case. Like it's all plastic fantastic, nothing really fancy. We have reviewed many models that are absolutely way better. When it comes to the NVMe, but also everything like the RAM, we do get some weird brands, no Kingston, Samsung that I'm normally used to. But if they are good quality, yeah, to be honest, I don't know, because I've never heard of those.